Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 69.
69.
We are 12.
We are 12.
Of
you know
the
what the
Calypso...
square root of 69 is?
What?
8 something.
8 something. Sweet. I was going to say sex. Would be the
8 something.
All right. Welcome to episode 69 of the Calypso Cigar Review Podcast. I am Brandon.
I'm Randy Rankin.
And
I'm using my last name because I'm not Elvis or Cher where I could just say I'm Brandon.
I am the Brandon.
The Brandon.
Not
there are no
the
other
other guy.
important Brandons in the world.
No, just the Brandon. Brandon Luna. You
Well,
know who I
the
am.
Randy Rankin. And
You
everybody
know
knows
who
who
I
I
am.
am. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Exactly. Everybody knows who I am. So today we are
Although
smoking
between
something
us, we've got
special.
like 400 followers.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. No, we've got a lot.
We got a shitload of subscribers on iTunes. If all of them would follow us, we'd look like we were important.
I know, right?
I know,
And
it's
they would
crazy.
actually like, oh, hey, there's maybe a good show
there's some
there.
relevance there.
Exactly. But, we're 69 episodes into this bullshit, so we got to, at
We're
some
over
point,
100 with everything.
if you add it all up, we're like 130 something. But we're trying to keep it to 69 full-length episodes, and once we get to 100, that'll be a big bash,
Yeah.
and then we'll give up at that point. So we'll quit.
We'll be like Tosh.0. He does.
Yeah.
He's got his retirement date on his website. Or at
Exactly,
least he did.
right.
I don't know if he still does, but
So we're doing something special today because it is a special day. Episode 69 we thought would be fun to celebrate because it's better than 100, and it's a much better number.
much better number than 70.
Yeah, definitely.
Plus, I was born in the summer of 69,
Mm-hmm.
so there you go. Now you know how old I am.
Yep, I was born in the summer of 70.
That's not as near a good a Bryan Adams song. My Bryan Adams song is better than
The
yours.
summer of 70.
That doesn't work.
That doesn't really work, no.
No, not at all.
It was the winter. No, fuck 70. Okay. Anyway,
Summer of 69.
I was born B Star Wars, before Star Wars.
Me too.
BSW.
I was
So were
born just shortly before you.
Yeah, just shortly, exactly. So today we're going to smoke a cigar from Cigars of Habanos, the h.upmann Majestic.
Majestic.
The Majestic.
Now, I already cut off camera because I'm a tool sometimes, but I was using a tool.
Mm-hmm.
I was using the Monte Cristo cigar cutter cigar scissor, donated to us by Eddie Gavito and Altadis USA. Thank
Wow,
you, Eddie
what a
and Altadis.
segue. That is an
Wasn't that a
awesome
great
segue.
Thank you. Now you pretend this is how I cut.
Yeah, okay.
I just lean it over the ashtray.
I'll cut
and cut.
mine.
Now you can go ahead and do it.
I will do that.
You can give them a demonstration.
I will
Make the
give
show
them a
educational for a
live
change.
demonstration. Yes,
Live demonstration.
We need to do
See, I
that. We
did my
keep saying
dead.
we're going to do that.
I did my demonstration dead. It didn't
It was
work
a
near as
dead
well.
demonstration.
Yeah.
It didn't work as well that way. We keep saying we're going to do that. We need to make videos about how to cut and light cigars and all that
someday.
stuff. We'll get there eventually. But
Kurt
so the
used to it on some of this.
yeah, exactly. But with that,
you, Kurt.
we have different viewers
I
too,
know.
so
a lot
it's
of
good
the
to
same.
get out.
We do have a lot of the same.
Yeah, and we'll get more once we start doing our freaking giveaways. If I can ever figure out how to get Rafflecopter to work. So the h.upmann Majestic is a 5.6 by 40,
Okay.
and it's a Cuban, so it's all Cuban. It's a Puro.
It's a Cuban puro.
Cuban Puro. And it does have the 3 cap on it, so you want to make sure you look for the caps and don't cut beyond that 3rd cap. And you just give it the old
How would you
slice.
know it's the 3rd cap, Brandon?
You can look at it and see it.
Okay,
you can
thank
count
you.
them right on there.
Oh, that means you're insinuating that our listeners can count to 3.
Yeah, a couple probably. Yeah,
Some, okay.
maybe not those Wichita guys.
Yeah, I don't know about my followers.
The ones that ask all the sports questions.
Yes. Oh, one of them I'll do it during the shout-outs. One of them had a great line about your beardless episode last week.
Yeah. Okay.
You might have to
So cold draw.
you might have to break out an impersonation. And
Oh, okay. We'll get there. Yeah,
Okay.
I know what you're talking about. So why'd you get in the cold draw there?
Wow, Cuban salty.
Mm-hmm. All kinds of salty. You got a lighter? Nope, you don't. I do. I'm lighting.
Cold draw's fairly open.
Yeah, it's fairly open. It's a little tight, actually.
It's a Corona, or it's a skinny Corona. It's a short Lancero, basically.
Yeah, basically, and we like that size, so I'm pretty happy about it. I've had this before, and I'm a fan. So you can stop watching because we like it.
And now this is when we bring the gold. Speaking of gold, the World Cup's going on, and you're Mexican.
Yeah,
So
I
you
don't
like
know.
soccer?
I don't like soccer.
I don't either.
But I got a friend of mine that's like super obsessed with it, and that's all he
know-
can talk about right now.
do you
He
know,
keeps sending me texts. World Cup.
So in the
I'm
World
like,
Cup,
"Ah."
are the medals, are they like gold, silver, and bronze like they are with the Olympics?
I
or
have
something? I
no
don't know
freaking
either. I
idea.
have
Maybe
no
we
idea.
can discuss that in the not Alec Bradley,
Like AJ Fernandez.
the AJ Fernandez Sports Fiber.
Now that means I'd have to read about soccer during the break. And
You know,
what
not
I
a big
said about
soccer
hockey
guy.
last week,
You feel
I mean
about
even more about
yeah.
soccer.
Soccer blows.
No, and I know it's a very popular sport, and I know a lot of our listeners love it, and a lot of the world loves it. It's just I grew up playing sports so much.
There's a lot of smoke coming out of
Yeah,
this
it
thing.
is. I grew up playing sports so much. I mean, I played football in the fall, basketball in the winter,
Okay.
baseball in the summer. So those are the only sports that ever mattered to me growing up.
Yeah.
And basketball was even later because the Mavericks didn't come here till I was like 12.
I
By the
played.
time the Stars got here in '94, I'm 24 years old. I don't care about this sport. I've never watched it.
Yeah.
Soccer, God no, I never even played it.
I played run from cars that I threw rocks at. I played jump over. I guess that'd be hurdles. I jumped over a lot of fences to get away from things that I did. That was pretty much my sports. I
Set the tone
eventually,
for the rest of your life. You're
yeah,
hurdling things to
exactly, yeah, and falling down for no reason and fucking myself up at Texas Frightmare Fest. God, fucking bullshit. So, yeah, I played tennis eventually, and I played golf, but those were my two
so
sports.
golf is a sport that I picked up later in life, but I knew I would because that's a sport that you're not going to be good if you pick it up in your 20s. You need to pick it up as a child, but I knew it was a game that would be fun to go out whenever I didn't want to run anymore and get hit
Yeah.
or have balls thrown at me and stuff like that. I
You
figured
want
golf would be
balls
a much fun.
at your face, yeah. You want balls at your
Yeah, I
in
hate
your
balls
face.
to the face. It just sucks. No pun intended.
That's where I was going with it. I was waiting for it. This is episode 69, by the way.
You set that up on the tee and
Yeah,
knocked
just
it right out of here. Easy. But, so episode 69. So, let's do a countdown real quick. Your top 10 favorite episodes.
Episode
Just
yeah,
4,
yeah,
8,
yeah,
9.
12. No freaking clue. No freaking clue.
Well, we promised an exciting episode, and we brought nothing. So we're gonna beat you all with just wonderful improv comedy silence.
What do you think? What do you think so
You
far?
like that improv comedy
Yeah,
silence?
Yeah. Hey, remember that episode where we did that thing?
Thing?
That was awesome.
We'll just Chris Farley each other.
There you go.
Let's Chris
The whole
Farley each
rest
other
of
the
the
rest of the
episode.
episode. That'd be
That'd be awesome.
Remember the time we were standing next to Chanel Ryan? That was awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah. Remember the time we interviewed the guy from Walking Dead who got his head cut off? That was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. Remember that movie we watched that time?
Yeah, with
On that
the
creature feature?
yeah,
That
with the
was
sharks.
cool.
That was awesome. That movie sucked balls.
It did.
Two-headed shake
Sharknado
attack.
2 is filming.
I know. Ian's just like chomping at the bit, I bet, to get out there and get his name in
Tara.
the Twitterverse again.
Tara Reid.
I don't think she's in it, is
Yeah, I
she?
think she is.
She is? They brought her back?
Yeah.
She was like fucking asleep in that movie. I swear to God, she barely said her lines. It was like she was in a fucking drug haze or something. I don't know what the hell's
She
wrong
might
with
have
her.
been.
She might have been,
She might
yeah.
have been acting.
She's like, what is this movie again I'm
Maybe she was
doing?
pretending that she was drugged
Just point
out.
your boobs that way, and that's where the light is. You're good.
Your messed up boobs.
Mhm.
That was so
You're like,
embarrassing.
I said to point them that way, but one's going this way. Which
Oh,
way do
that
I
was so
point?
embarrassing. Poor her. I mean, I'm not a fan of hers, but that's got to be embarrassing to be exposed literally like that.
Yeah.
And then at a gala.
She
or
was like,
premiere,
just like boom, her boob fell out.
And then you could see the messed up part.
Yeah.
Oh, man, poor thing.
Yeah, that's
That
bad news.
sucks. That
It
would
does
happen
suck.
if I ever got a penile reduction. Something like that would happen to me.
Reduction? Okay. do they do that?
No, I've tried. I'm joking.
Shit.
How can you reduce from a petite corona? That's just hard to do.
You have to go for the little short fat thing, like a feral pig or something, shorter than that. What was it the what do they call those things? They had those ones that were I guess they were just the nine pig and the 52 pig.
Yeah.
They were smaller than the
flying
feral
pig.
pigs.
It's the
Yeah,
flying
the flying pig. There
Yeah.
you go.
This is going to be a blue episode because we got
Yes.
nothing. So
Yes,
we're just
it
going
is.
to just talk blue.
But we can talk about something that we have been talking about for the past 7 weeks.
What?
24.
24.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good this year.
It is. It's really been good. It's been very action packed, and I think the condensing the show into 12 episodes, maybe not the worst thing in the world because there's a lot less dead space in between.
True.
There's always those episodes where it's like one thing happens and then there's a lot of nothing, and you're like, get to it.
Do you remember, and I was thinking about this the other day, the last 3 or 4 years of it, they ran them consecutively, but remember the first 4 years?
Mhm.
You'd get 12 episodes and then like a 3-month hiatus and
Yeah.
then another 12 episodes?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I hated that.
Yeah, they do that a lot now, though. A lot of the AMC shows and
the
stuff,
AMC
they'll
That's
split
why I
the
don't wanna
season
get
up.
into 'em. That's why I don't
Yeah.
want to get into 'em.
That's why I like binge watching on Netflix
Yeah.
and stuff. You just watch the whole damn thing.
So you're not
Not
going
worry
to be
about it.
current at the water cooler talking to your employees, but or coworkers, but you can still talk about it the next year when you watched it on Netflix.
True.
Remember that part?
Yep. Oh, and did you hear about Netflix giving was it Time Warner or Verizon? One of them, a piece of their mind.
Why?
They wrote a really
because they're trying to compete with that.
no, because they're the whole net neutrality thing.
Oh, that's right.
They sent him a big letter saying, "Hey, you're the cause of all this problem with the net and blah blah blah." And Netflix was like, "Hey, look, we're sharing customers. Just make your shit work right." Basically, is what they told him in a nutshell.
Good.
So that's pretty cool. I was like, "Oh, way to go, Netflix."
I watch Netflix on my PC.
Yeah. Oh, do you?
Yeah, I don't watch it through a TV.
I watch it on the TV. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not as techie as you.
Well, I got the PS3 and the Xbox 360. And you can watch it on both of those. So.
Yeah. That's cool.
Maybe one day when they go down to $100 or something, get one of those, and then you don't have to play games. Just use it as a media center, card. Or for that matter, you can get that little what's that fucking thing? The Roku.
Yeah.
Those are like $49 now, and
or Sling Blade or Slingbox.
No, those are dead. I think those are gone.
No,
now.
they advertise them all the time on the.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Slingbox? Who buys that shit?
Apple TV too.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you have to have an Apple computer. Don't you?
Apple TVs are too expensive. And for what you get, just get a Roku. You're fine.
Well, Amazon's got that cool thing, don't they?
Yeah, they got the new Amazon Fire TV thing.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing a deal where it was like $249. You got the Fire TV and the Kindle Fire for like $249. It wasn't too bad, but I don't need either of those. So, and rocks are falling in the Calypso Cigar Shop. Did you hear that?
I did. That's why I was making that face.
And we are at the Calypso Cigar Shop and Lodge in Richardson, Texas. We didn't say that before. What do you think so far?
Gravel drops are falling on our heads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're just waiting for the ceiling to fall in.
It's still got that saltiness. It's got that real Cuban sandy, earthy taste to it.
Mm-hmm.
And but I've got a great draw. I've got a great burn. Yeah, look at
my
draw. Look at my draw. It's awesome.
The draw is a little bit tight still, but the burn is very nice, and just plumes of smoke coming out of this thing when you take a draw.
Yeah, for a 40 ring gauge to be putting off this kind of smoke is pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is, and it's a little stronger than some of the Cubans.
So far.
Yeah.
I've only had one or two other Upmanns.
Yeah.
Upmann Cubans. So far I'm liking.
Yeah, it's tasty for a little small smoke, and it's not aged at all. I wouldn't say that this is like 2009 or anything like that. It's pretty fresh, but that's the good thing about the smaller Cubans is you can get the smaller Cubans and they smoke really well fresh. You don't have to age them as long.
There's not as much tobacco to age.
Yeah, exactly. That's part of it. Yeah, but obviously they're going to taste better if you age them. But you can get like the San Cristobal de la Habana El Principe is great fresh. The Party Short is also really, really good fresh. There's a few others as well that are just fantastic fresh. And
just a warning, I might be partagassing tonight.
Oh yeah, nice.
Oh, I'm pairing with Revolver.
And I am pairing with a Stout Guinness,
Honey Red Ale.
Red Harvest Stout. I don't know. That's something different.
This is Davis's beer. Davis from previous episodes.
Grab beers from people that left them here. We're taking their beers because that's the kind of assholes we are.
I mean, he'd only had a couple of sips. So why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, whatever. It was all flat, but who cares?
I don't do that.
It's nasty.
Listen to previous episodes, I don't drink after people.
No, he does
not.
Unless
you're hot. You got to be really, really hot. I'm going to have to ash because I've got a little crack, and being a smaller ring gauge cigar, they usually don't hold ash that well. But that was a good ash for the get-go.
Yeah, not bad at all.
So what have you been up to?
I have been working my ass off and trying to get better. I'm off the boot now, so that's good. I'm not wearing the stupid boot anymore.
Did you go to rehab for the boot?
After 4 weeks.
Get off the boot?
No, I didn't go to rehab to get off the boot. I just stopped wearing the boot.
Nice.
And it's been a couple days, and my ankle's 60, 70%. So still working on it. But also have been watching the James Bond movies still.
Oh, yeah. What number are you on to? Yeah.
I just finished the first Roger Moore, Live and Let Die, which I enjoyed.
Okay.
And I remember liking it a lot as a kid, and I still like it. And you know what I like best about Roger Moore?
What?
He switched a couple of things that, in order to make his Bond seem different,
right.
He no longer drinks martinis shaken, not stirred.
Okay.
He drinks whiskey.
Nice.
And
that's why I like the Roger Moore.
And he no longer smokes cigarettes. He smokes cigars.
Nice.
Lanceros at that.
Even better.
And I read a little bit of history here. He was such a big cigar smoker that he put in his contract that he would be provided unlimited Monte Cristo cigars during filming.
Nice.
And he rang up a bill on one of the films, I think, for Your Eyes Only, of $6,000.
Wow. This is when Cubans were probably like $8 a stick.
Yeah. So props to Roger Moore.
Nice.
Thanks for bringing this cigar to James Bond. Now, mind you, he smokes, I think, 4 cigars in the movie, and he never smokes past the first third. He's like, he's on a freaking,
He's a busy man.
Yeah, he is a busy man. He's like hand gliding. He's got his cigar. He's like, I'm like, dude,
come on.
It's a Cuban Monte Cristo, and you're just like, whatever.
They were free.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't care.
So yeah, that's cool. That was cool.
I remember on Saturday Night Live, because like I said, I didn't watch the Connery movies till later. and there was a Steve Martin skit where he was James Bond on a budget.
Mm-hmm.
So they were telling him he had to cut down on certain things. So he said, I'll have a martini, shaken, not stirred. And the lady walks by and says, how much is that?
Mm-hmm.
So like $10. He goes, ooh, house brand? James Bond. He's on a budget. So I was sitting there thinking, I don't remember James Bond ever ordering a martini, shaken, not stirred.
Yeah, that's the whole Sean Connery thing.
So because of Roger Moore. But then the rest of the skit, he says, I think I'll switch to a bourbon and Coke. Shaken, not stirred. It's all foaming. But now I get that joke.
Yeah.
Okay, now I got it once I saw a Connery movie.
But one of the things, too, that I thought was kind of cool was the fact that Roger Moore was 45 when he started the Bond movies. He looked damn good for 45. I mean, he was trim and had all his hair.
Well, I mean, I'm 45. I'm about to be 45.
Yeah.
And, I could pull off James Bond.
No, I don't think so, buddy. But yeah, he was older. He was actually the one of the older Bonds at the time to do the role. Lazenby was 29, and he was apparently a jackass, so he didn't get to do it more than once. Because he was apparently when they cast him in the role, he was basically a model, like a number 1 model in the world, male model at the time. And the producer's wife wanted him, and then they introduced him to Sean Connery, and Sean Connery was like, well, this guy's just all cock and balls. He's perfect for the role, because he was just total ass. So it's like he's the total perfect James Bond. Right. But he apparently took it too far and didn't get along with the producers, and just kind of basically worked his way out of the role.
Not a good idea.
Yeah, and he said, quote unquote, that James Bond's character wasn't relevant anymore with the 60s and the whole Vietnam thing. He's like, no one's going to watch these movies anyway. I'm out of here. No. So yeah, and then they made a gazillion more. He was wrong. Yes,
he was wrong.
But he was also the most rich James Bond ever cast in the role. He'd already made his millions before he even took the role.
What had he done?
He sold his dick. I have no idea. What he did. But no, he had land, and he was a cattle baron and all kinds of other crap. So nice. He was a rich guy before he even took the role. No, he didn't need James Bond.
That's interesting. Mm-hmm. I was reading something the other day that Julia Louis-Dreyfus from Seinfeld was born into money. That's how she was able to get into acting. She didn't have to worry about getting a job.
Yeah, there's several people that are like that.
I hadn't heard that about her. So interesting.
Yeah, that guy. I mean, Armie Hammer, who was Lone Ranger. He's part of the Arm & Hammer family name. Yeah, he's got Arm & Hammer money. Name? Nope, was not a clever name.
Someone else I was just thinking about. I mean, anybody like Kiefer or anybody that's from Hollywood,
obviously.
But there's somebody else that I was just thinking of lost him. Oh well. Anyway.
Yeah, there's a lot of those people that are rich and famous before they ever became rich before they became rich and famous. Yeah,
richer and famous.
Yep.
But that's why I like the other story better.
Which one? The one that's come up from nowhere and you're
Elvis making $35 a month driving a truck.
Yeah. Being a
billionaire
and getting a really ugly, gaudy house and putting a bunch of crap in it and dying on the toilet. Yep. It's the American story, man. The American story.
I mean, there is something to be said for she could have just been lazy and just sat on her dad's money or her parents' money and decided not to make something of herself, but she did. So
that's true. That's very true.
That as well.
Very good job, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Even though I'm not a big fan, but thumbs up.
Yep. Very much so. So
she's
we're gonna.
So annoying on Seinfeld.
Everybody's annoying on Seinfeld.
But she's the worst.
Everybody's annoying on
George
Seinfeld.
Is the worst.
I mean, Kramer was the only reason I watched the show because he was funny. But even then, after like 30, 40 episodes, I'm like,
that bit got old pretty well.
It was all the same. It was the same shit every episode. It was what can they do to? It was basically like every other sitcom. It's the Three's Company thing. Like there's a misunderstanding and then a bunch of bad shit happens and then they get out of it. And that's basically it.
Okay, so let's go to break. I didn't mean to bring up Seinfeld, but we talked about JLD, so I figured you got to bring up Seinfeld.
All right, so we'll be back for the second third of the h.upmann Majestic. Majestic. We're pros.
You're doing great, man.
We're pros. Fuck your face. Bye. All right, we're back for the second third of the h.upmann Majestic. And it is delicious so far.
It's very tasty. As with Cubans, it's not very complex, but it's just maintained its flavor so far throughout.
And just smoking like crazy.
Yeah.
And you can get a box of these on Cigars of Habanos for $101, which is a steal.
It must be like $5 in the
25.
box.
25 in the box.
No way.
No way. And they didn't give this to you either. These I actually bought. So
They made you buy? What happened?
No, I just bought them for myself. I went in on with some friends. I've ashed.
Okay. You ashed.
Mm-hmm.
You're an Asher.
I'm an Asher. Ashed on my phone. Damn it. My new fancy phone.
Your fancy phone.
Speaking of fancy phones, how you like your fancy phone now?
I'm
He's stepped
getting
into the
ready.
world of smartphones.
Yes, finally.
Randy has stepped into the world of the smartphone.
I like it. It's I got a good deal on it. It's regularly $169, but I guess they're getting ready to close out that model. I got it for $60, so not bad.
169, you say?
69.
69,
Didn't
dude.
think about that. I'm usually more witty than that. Usually a quick one.
Right.
Well, that's what she said.
That's what she said. What brand is it? It's Samsung?
Samsung.
Okay.
It's the same as the Samsung Mini, but they call it Virgin calls it Samsung something else. Virgin and 69. Wait, that didn't work.
There you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
Never mind.
I guess technically it would still be a version if you were
It
69.
could still be. I guess it
Yeah.
could still be. Yes.
It's a way to maintain
That's
your
what Bill Clinton said.
virginity. Yeah.
Bill Clinton said
I
that.
did not have
I did
sex
not have
with that
sex
lady.
with that mom, but I did have a cigar.
Yep. Dipped in pussy juice.
God.
And there is a cigar named Pussy Juice
Yes, there is.
by Arturo Fuente. It's an Opus X.
I know. I've
The
heard
Opus
about
X
this.
Pussy Juice.
And now Nate is dying to try to find one.
Really?
Or find 3.
Yeah, good luck with that, Nate. I
Yes.
don't think you can really find those anymore. You might have to go onto Online Humidor, which is a forum you can go to and find really expensive old stuff and hard to get stuff. But yeah, you got to be a member.
Nice. Okay, it's that time.
What time is that?
The AJ Fernandez Sports Fiver.
Is that?
That's it. Baseball.
I know, but I mean, is that like a legal trademark thing? Can we use that?
I think so. It's public. Yeah, baseball.
Public domain?
Public domain. It's got to be.
I'm totally going to put that in there. All right.
Okay, I had a great idea.
Oh, what's that?
I would go through and find the best athletes, the best professional athletes that wore the number 69 in each sport.
That is a good idea.
Came up with nothing.
Nothing.
The most successful player in Major League Baseball to wear number 69, and he only wore it 3 of the 15 years he played, was a pitcher, Bronson Arroyo, most famously pitched for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Decent career, won 144 games, made a lot
Okay.
of money.
All right.
That's it. Hockey, nobody. NFL, Mark Schlereth, who played for the Redskins, and he's actually on ESPN now as a football
Commentator, yeah.
and Tim Crumry, who played for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I put him on there even though Schlereth was much more popular, much more successful. Crumry did play in 2 Pro Bowls, so he was successful. But in a Super Bowl against the 49ers, he makes a tackle, and he's diving, and his leg is hanging out straight, and a guy runs into it, and you see his shin bone just wobble like that. Yeah. One of the most gruesome sports injuries I saw in my whole life, so I had to put him on the number 69 list.
And that ends today's AJ
Yes.
Fernandez.
It's
It's the very
one
shortest
ever.
sports
So now we thought
fiber
we'd
ever.
talk about other things. But, okay. I mentioned I was born in the summer of 69, and the summer of 69 actually had some very interesting things occur. That would be Mickey Mantle's last summer in baseball. He would retire at the end of the 1969 season. He was my dad's favorite player
Cool.
growing up, so my dad wanted me to have a name like Mickey Mantle, so that's why Randy Rankin, because the RR. came in.
Gotcha.
So I'm kind of have a tie-in with Mickey Mantle in that regard. Also, I almost said this, you would have had a field day with this. I batted from both sides of the plate. I was not a switch hitter.
He played for both teams.
No, I could hit from the right side and the left side.
That's cool.
Just like Mickey
That's
Mantle
cool.
could. So, yeah, so that's kind of cool that he retired the year I was born. Of course, the biggest baseball story of 1969 was the Miracle Mets. This team had come from the worst team in baseball just 2 years before to winning the World Series over the heavily favored Baltimore Orioles, and they beat them 4 games out of 5.
Wow, that's
It was-
a clubber.
And get this,
Clubber?
that team, that's a clubber.
They got
They clubber leg. I pity the fool.
I pity the fool that
Trying to
beat
be
my
doors.
score.
So get this, that pitching staff that the Mets had in '69 was so good that a guy named Nolan Ryan was a relief pitcher for them.
The guy that makes the beef?
Yeah, you know who Nolan Ryan is. Come on,
The guy who makes the beef, yeah. He makes steaks and stuff.
he does.
I know.
Also a
Nolan
Hall of Fame
Ryan is.
pitcher. One of
Yeah,
the best pitchers
yeah,
ever.
that too,
But they
whatever.
were so good they
It-
didn't need him.
The Hall of Fame
as a
pitcher who couldn't
starter.
pitch a friggin' whatever.
He's 60-something now. Come on, and he's
He
fat.
couldn't pitch a strike.
And he's fat. And I did see that pitch. It wasn't as bad as that that diagram looked, but it was bad for a Hall of Fame pitcher, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, that team just came together, had a lot of worker bees, as they use in sports terms. Not a lot of superstars. I did a few. Tom Seaver, Nolan Ryan. A couple of them are escaping me at the moment. But anyway, so that was a pretty cool year. And one of my favorite Cowboys of all time, and arguably the greatest Cowboy of all time, Roger Staubach played his first game in the NFL in 1969. Matter of fact, I was born during a Cowboys game, during a Roger Staubach touchdown drive.
So your dad did not see you get born?
No, he didn't. Well, back then, the fat dads weren't allowed in the room anyway.
You sat out in the thing.
Handed out cigars and watched football. That's what
like
you
in
did.
the old movies. Is it done? Is it ready?
Touchdown!
They would sit
Oh,
at
you have
the
a son. Touchdown!
They would sit in the cafeteria at the bar and drink until they were told to go up, and that's the way it was back in those days.
So anyway, not the best sports fiver, but there's some interesting tidbits there.
I thought this little piece was interesting.
Oh, yeah,
I found this on Wikipedia. San Francisco Giants pitcher Gaylord Perry, some 6 years after his manager quipped, "They'll put a man on the moon before he hits a home run," hits his first home run of his career just hours before Neil Armstrong lands on the moon.
Before or after?
Right before.
Oh, cool. So his manager was wrong.
Yep.
He proved him wrong.
No, wait, no, hours after. It's right. It's
so
hours
the
after.
manager was right.
His manager was
right.
right.
I have to relight. I'll purge.
So that's funny as hell. That was actually true. Let's see here. As far as the Rose Bowl in '69,
Yeah, it was played in '69. It was for the '68 season, and that was O.J. Simpson's last collegiate game.
Yeah. Played for the Buckeyes or the Trojans?
USC. He was a Trojan.
Okay, he was a Trojan, and he lost to Buckeyes, who won 27-16.
And you know what's ironic is Roger and O.J. both won the Heisman in their college career. They were both drafted in the same year in the NFL, '69. They both retired the same year.
Oh,
They
wow.
both went into the Hall of Fame the same year, and they were the first two Heisman Trophy winners to ever get inducted in the NFL Hall of Fame.
This is him and who?
O.J.
and
Simpson and Roger Staubach.
See, Roger Staubach needs to catch up and kill somebody.
Now,
He
Roger's
needs to
doing
be.
quite
He
well.
needs to murder
Did
somebody.
you see that thing that was trending a few weeks ago? The wealthiest professional athletes,
Hmm.
and this is of all time. What professional athlete living today has the most money?
Troy Aikman. No idea.
Roger Staubach.
Roger Staubach, really?
He sold his real estate company for what, 1.4 billion.
Wow.
He got a huge chunk out of that.
Wow.
And it might not be athletes, it might be football players. I think
Okay.
mostly football players. But he's the wealthiest football player on the planet.
All right, so who won Super Bowl III in 1969?
That would be the New York Jets over the Baltimore Colts. See, the Colts got screwed. The Baltimore got screwed twice a year. They were supposed to win the Super Bowl. They were supposed to win the World Series, and they won neither.
After Joe Namath guaranteed a
it.
victory.
16-7
Yikes.
in Miami.
Yikes.
Who was the MVP? This is a game you play. A lot of sports nerds play this. MVP was
Roger Staubach.
Matt Snell or Emerson Boozer. I can't remember. Oh well, but I gave
Someone,
you the score.
if you know who that was.
I gave you the score and the winner and the city. So
Yep.
that's pretty good.
So if you happen to know who the MVP was for the
Okay.
'69
Bring on
Super Bowl III,
Super Bowl III.
post it in the comments there on YouTube.
Yes. Although we'll have looked it up since then, but still.
Yeah, we'll
Post
just
it anyway.
verify. Yeah.
We will verify.
All right, so that ends
That
today's.
ends today's AJ Fernandez Sports Fiver. And go 69.
I don't know the song anymore. I forgot it now.
Almost started humming the tune to Coach. I don't know
I
why
know,
that
I
tune
don't
almost
know
stuck in
why.
my head. Boom, 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 boom.
Charge. Drink beers. Beers. Beers are good, but whiskey's better.
Whiskey is my friend.
So I had to
my
try and
enemy.
explain to someone this weekend why Rebecca Creek is not a bourbon.
Well, I don't know the makeup of it, but
It's Texas. It's
that
isn't.
has nothing to do with it.
Is it?
Because Garrison Brothers is bourbon.
Well, what was that? I thought it was.
The
What's
rules
the?
are minimum 2 years aged. Must
Okay.
be filtered through oak. Must not have any additives. You can't add any water to it.
I
once
thought it
it's
had to be
aged.
from Kentucky to be considered bourbon.
No, that's the popular misconception.
Oh.
No. And there's a fourth one that is escaping me. But the main ones that the George Dickel's and Jack Daniels do, the rule they break that can't make them a bourbon. What?
Dickel's.
Dickel's is
Well, Dickel's tastes like
they're-
shit.
well,
That's
they're-
why it's not a bourbon.
They're filtered through charcoal.
Oh,
And they're not filtered through oak.
Which
and
one?
it has to be completely brand new oak barrels that they.
Yeah, okay, I
and
remember hearing
could
that.
be.
That's right.
And so it breaks one of those four rules. It can't be considered bourbon.
I think we were
Oh,
told
and 50
that
and
during our
51%.
interview with Garrison Brothers, weren't we?
And 51% corn. So there are 5 main rules.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he went through the rules. He's the one that mentioned the
Misconception.
no
The
one-
oak, the fresh oak,
the charcoal. Yeah,
the charcoal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, so Dickel's and what is charcoal?
Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels is filtered through charcoal.
Yeah, it overly mellows it and gives it a funky taste. If you ask me.
Yeah, I tried Dickel's. I didn't like it. It tastes like ass. But it was the cheap stuff.
But you know what ass tasted like? So I wouldn't have been able to make that comparison.
Yeah.
Never would have been able.
Never. Never.
Never.
Never.
Well, male ass I've never done.
No, well, me either. But I'm just saying, never. That'd be a Nate thing. Nate
Nate.
probably knows that.
Yeah, Nate could tell us.
Yeah, no cigar dates Nate today. Sorry.
Yeah,
but-
no cigar to eat Nate, but he had to babysit Because we're not recording on our normally scheduled programming.
Yeah.
Day, so.
It's all over the place right now. There's so much going on this summer that
Summer.
we're having to record different days.
Summer sucks. And so it's getting to the stage.
You
We had a
think so?
great week this week. It was in
Yeah.
the 70s most of the week, but it was...
Yeah, you got the nice weather. I was over in Houston baking my balls off
It was
with freaking
97
humidity.
yesterday and
It was
humid
so
as hell.
freaking humid over there. I mean, I just remember why I don't like Houston now. Number one, it
Just now?
smells like... Well, because every time I go back, I'm like, hey, I get to go to Houston and visit some friends and stuff. And then I get there, I'm like, it smells like freaking sweaty armpit. As soon as you get into town, it smells horrible because it's that whole gasoline, all the oil
The Ron
fineries and
White
stuff.
joke.
Yeah, horrible. It
If that
smells
was
horrible.
someone playing their music, they'd make them turn it the fuck down.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's just always humid. I mean, you get up, you take a shower, and you're sweating as soon as you get
Right.
out of the shower. Like you step outside, and it's just like, boom, it's a wall of just humid shit.
Yeah, I know.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Nate and I were there about 3-4
And I had to wear a
weeks ago.
shirt and tie to a memorial and a graduation. I was like, I was dying. It was horrible.
You should not be allowed to wear a shirt and tie in Houston.
No.
That should just be illegal.
Yeah.
You know, I'm reading this book because baseball nerd the name.
Hmm.
It was called The Impossible Takes a Little Longer. It was written in the 80s. It was about the Rangers ever making the playoffs. The impossible. It's never going to happen because they were so bad. You know, the Texas Rangers were the first team to start playing their home games, their Sunday night, or the first team to start playing their home games on Sundays at night. Because that was a baseball tradition. Sunday games were always day games. But after 1 year of playing here in Arlington, they're like, fuck that. Our Sunday games are at night.
Because it's hot as balls.
So the Rangers were the first team to play their Sunday games at home at night.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
That is
kinda
cool.
Bad, actually.
Yeah.
But now
figured-
everybody plays their Sunday games at night for the most part
Yeah.
because TV and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Got to sell those tickets and get those advertisers and everything.
I went to a Sunday day game a few years ago on Father's Day with a friend of mine. And we were sunblocked to the nth degree and covered up. And we put a freaking towel over our legs. You know, we looked gay as hell because, but we were, I still
Not that there's
have,
anything wrong with
I still
that.
have a purple spot on my leg from the burn I got.
Wow, you might want to get that checked out.
And I tan. No, it's just a little tiny, but you can tell where it was.
Yeah.
I mean, for about a month, it was like that big. It
Yikes.
was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, see, I don't get sunburn. I'm lucky.
I
that way.
get sunburned once a year, and then after that, I tan like freaking crazy.
Yeah, I just get
Since you
red.
can tell, I'm a lot darker.
Yeah,
today.
I just get red and then it turns to tan. But
Yeah.
that's my Indian blood, I guess.
My Indian blood too, but
Yeah,
I also have or Scottish. I have Scottish in me.
I've got Irish, Native American, German. What's the other one? I don't know.
English,
Oh,
Scottish,
Hispanic. There you go. The one I forgot.
Oh,
The one I forgot.
English, Scottish, Choctaw, and Comanche.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff.
I got 2 Indians.
I don't know what I have. It's whatever's over in Wichita Falls. Who's over in
Might
Wichita
be
Falls?
Might be
Comanche?
No,
Yeah.
you've Chickapoo or something like that.
No,
Chickapoo.
I thought it was Kickapoo. It's not
It's
Kickapoo.
not
Kickapoo's.
Chickapoo. Chickapoo. Hey, Chickapoo, what's up?
What's up, Chickapoo? That sounds like a girl's like nickname or something.
Some of the 20s that you'd call.
Right.
Try to flag down some hot chick. Hey, Chickapoo.
Hey, Chickapoo, look at me. Check out my hat. It's bully.
It's bully.
I don't know.
No, that was a term back then.
Was it?
It's bully.
Which? How do you spell Wichita? Which?
Hey, Scott, how do you spell Wichita?
There it is, Wichita Falls. Okay, Wichita Falls.
Scott
Looking
Kynek's
this
going to get confused when he gets to Texas. Wichita Falls. I should be going there.
up. No, that's not going to help me at all.
Well, you know what? Speaking of Wichita Falls, that's what happened on the top 10 cities list last week.
Oh, yeah?
Wichita fell to number 4, remember?
Yes, they did. And how was that this week? Did we even look at it?
They were 3rd yesterday. I didn't look, but we only do the list once a month. But
Gotcha,
I looked
gotcha.
at it once a week. So
Choctaw.
it is Choctaw. So,
Yeah,
okay.
Choctaw.
So we could be brothers.
We could be.
We could be brothers.
Yep, I need to hit up my grandfather and find out some names of some people so I can start tracking the line. Maybe get some money for my daughter for college.
Yeah, maybe we horn in on the action up
Casino.
in Oklahoma.
Yeah, you might have to live there or something for that. I'm not sure how that
I
works.
think you have to be 1/8,
Something like that. I'm not sure.
and I've got an 8th Comanche.
Yep. Like some casino money. That'd be nice.
Hell yeah, I'd gamble.
Speaking of which, I might be going to IPCPR this year, so if anybody's going out there, any listeners.
He needs a place to stay.
I need a place to stay. Yeah.
Did you ever hear your good news?
Any good dumpsters around that are kind of clean? I guess I could just stay up 24/7 because it is
they
Las
pump
Vegas.
The oxygen in there.
I'll
so
just fall asleep in the booth for a couple hours a day. I haven't heard though. I haven't heard yet, so we're still waiting on that. But
well,
yeah,
sitting
I'm hoping.
in a booth is such a beating.
I know it's going to be a beating.
But I've done it many times.
Standing,
and I've lived.
Yeah,
and I've lived. So
live to tell about it.
You can fight through it.
I'll fight it. Yeah, it'll be fun too.
Well,
I think.
You're writing a business. If you're writing a business, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I've worked some conventions and things like that where you're not even there to sell anything. You're just there to hand out flyers, and that is when you want to die.
Yeah.
If a bomb dropped on the building at that moment, you probably wouldn't care too much.
Well, that's when you just got to be the guy that's dressed up as like the Statue of Liberty and dance around and stuff and hand out, listen to your iPod. And
yes, in Vegas when it's gonna be 135 degrees outside.
Inside.
Yeah, but I swear that heat filters in sometimes.
Does it really?
It does.
I can only imagine how smoky it's gonna be in that place. It's gonna be just like a cloud.
Oh, like Mary goes with Matt. She only walks around for like 2 or 3 hours, and then she goes up to the room and goes out to the pool and stuff.
I would imagine, yeah.
But she's got asthma, so she can't be in the room that long.
I how many cigars do you think I'll smoke a day?
Oh, 9, 10.
9 or 10? I don't know.
You might not smoke them all the way through, but you'll have to try.
I might just have to have one, pretend it's lit, and I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Get one of those e-cigars that look real.
No.
Lights up.
Like, why are you smoking that bullshit?
No, it's real. Trust me, it's real. Let me feel it. Nope, it's real. It's real.
They don't have e-cigars that look real yet.
Those ones we had weren't bad.
No, they weren't bad, but they didn't look real. I like the darker one though. The one we had that was the Maduro, I guess, was pretty good. From
nice to have some more samples.
Antonio Velarde, yeah, those were pretty cool.
Those were good. I found mine the other day and I picked it up to see if it would still work. It's dead.
Nah, too bad. Mine
toast.
still have life, but I don't use them all the time.
Yeah,
either. The little one finally died. I was watching
that one died quick on me.
Yeah, I was watching James Bond movie and I was like, oh, I grabbed my little died. I'm like, shit.
Son of a bitch.
Yep.
Oh well.
Man, it happens. What can you do?
So, man, we've improv this whole episode and we are rocking, man. This is comedy gold.
Click. Fast forward. Whatever. All right, so we're going to take another break. We'll come back for the last third of the H. Upmann Majestic. All right, so we're back for the last third of the H. Upmann Majestic. It's quite
Very
majestic.
nice.
It's tasty.
A majestically well done cigar.
Very, very well constructed. Great smoke. Not complex, I would say. It's pretty much the same.
If you got a good one note, hold it.
Yeah, it's a great one note. Yeah, tasty,
right.
tasty.
It's got that Cuban saltiness, Cuban earthiness, Cuban delicateness.
Yep. Yeah. It's actually, I think it started a little bold and it kind of mellowed out. It's definitely a lot more
bold
mellow.
didn't last very long.
No, it was just like the first third, and then it went boof, and now it's just kind of medium body, but full of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Tasty, tasty. But $100 a box, yeah, I mean.
I'll give you $40 and give me 20 of them. That'd be cool.
What?
Math. I'm doing math.
No, that's horrible math.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what. I'll give you 10. You give me 50.
50?
Yeah.
That's horrible math again. That's the worst math ever.
No, but I'll give you $10 and you give me 50 cigars.
Yeah, I don't like that math at all.
Okay.
No, I don't like that math
nice
at all
try.
either.
Okay.
That's bad math.
Okay.
Bad math. Bad math.
Shame on math. All
Shame
math
on math.
is bad.
All math is bad. Math is horrible. It's
Math
evil.
Sucks. Math.
The only thing math is good for is
Math.
getting us to space. That's about it, really.
And builds houses and buildings.
Nah,
and cars
fiddlesticks. To use an old man
and Wall
term.
Street fiddlesticks.
What's some other old man terms besides
Phooey.
fiddlesticks?
Phooey.
Phooey. Hong Kong Phooey. Do you ever watch Hong Kong
Oh,
Phooey?
yeah. But my grandfather says something. Well, it's phooey. What does
Really?
that mean? Yeah,
That's phooey?
That's phooey.
Wow. I don't think anybody I know ever said
Fiddlesticks was
Phooey.
bad. Whatchamacallit was the
Whatchamacallit,
big word,
yeah. Bring me that whatchamacallit. Friggin'
Rapid gunfire.
what the hell was that?
Sound like somebody would drive by a machine gun shooting.
Friggin' helicopter over here.
Shooting from Rambo.
Friggin' Vietnam
Rambo's here.
outside. What the hell's
Jeez.
going on?
They were like in the Twilight Zone in a movie when they walks in. Vic Morrow's
Yeah.
character walks in.
Oh,
the
yeah.
bar
Watch
and
out for
walks
helicopters, Vic.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I mean, sorry. Lord, I apologize.
Poor
but
guy.
that scene, he walks outside and he's in Vietnam or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, crap.
Yeah, that was weird.
I was like, what the hell?
It's like, come outside with your Cubans. Come outside. We know you have them in there. Hey, man, we ain't got no Cubans in here, man.
We're Americans.
We're just smoking weed, man.
Which is perfectly legal.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Okay, so during the break, the reason why I have a little bit of tear in my eye.
I punched him.
No,
In the balls.
Oh, yeah, I'd have been laughing.
Because he has no balls.
No,
Anyway,
Actually, can't punch. Anyway, I made him watch the new trailer to Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber 2. T.O.
T.O., not T.W.O., but 2.
2. And if you don't mind seeing trailers and everything, and you like watch that movie, the trailer will make you laugh your ass off. I'm already dying to see the movie anyway, just because.
I'm just glad to have them back because they were such a great comedy duo, and with the Farrelly brothers directing again and part writers in the, I think it's going to be hilarious.
And the trailer pulls no punches, so this is not going to pull any punches.
It does.
Dumb and Dumber is one of those movies that you could put it on, and I would sync talk with them the whole movie. I could talk the whole movie with them.
Oh wow!
Same inflections, same everything. Not because I could have played that part, because I've heard them play it so many. I can imitate them very well. And I mean, there's so many quotes in that movie that I still to this day quote. I thought of one today. I'm pulling into Albertson's parking lot, and I'm in a hurry. And this lady's pulling in the parking spot, and there was an open space in front of her, and I'm thinking, okay, she's going to pull in the one in front of, pull through, because she's easing, and I'm like, I'm trying to park in the spot. Hurry up. And then she keeps going. And goes to this other spot all over another aisle. And I'm like, oh, crap. And I got out of my car, and what popped into my head?
Which line?
I guess it's true. Old people, while slow and dangerous behind the wheel, can actually be of service. Don't you go dying on me.
Wow.
Remember when I asked the old lady to watch his paddle, or watch his wallet, because it's inside the newspaper thing? Can actually serve a purpose. Don't you go down on me.
Yeah, the first one's hilarious. It was at Jim Carrey's heyday for sure. I mean, that was right around the time he did.
Second or third movie, and it's like right out of the chute. I mean, Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber, like that's setting the bar pretty high.
Kind of hard to keep up after that, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I misquoted that line. I corrected it when I said it the second time.
Gotcha.
Because I hate misquoting lines, especially after I bragged that I can quote the line.
It's just one of those movies that you can put on, you just spouting lines without even really thinking.
And I can watch it from the beginning to the end. I can pick it up with 5 minutes left and watch it. I can pick it 5 minutes in and watch it. And I will have to sit and watch Dumb and Dumber.
Yep.
Hopefully, I'll have to do that with part 2.
Here's hoping.
That would
been a long time since Jim Carrey barely had one beer since Jim Carrey's done a funny movie, so we'll see.
What was his last truly funny one? Bruce Almighty?
Maybe, yeah. That's probably it, I would think. Because Liar Liar was before that, right?
Yeah, Liar Liar was before that.
Yeah.
Yes Man was supposed to be funny. Mr. Popper's Penguins was supposed to be funny.
That was a family movie, so... yeah, it's been a long time. I mean, looking at his filmography...
I mean, I've liked some stuff, like Number 23 and Eternal Sunshine. I liked those, but they're not comedies.
Yeah, they're not comedies at all. And he was technically in Anchorman 2.
That's a pretty funny part.
He was funny in Kick-Ass 2, but he had a small part. Burt Wonderstone was bad. I didn't really... It was okay.
His part was bad. Carell was good in that.
Yeah. His part was fun. It just wasn't a very funny... It could have been funnier.
Carell and Carey in a movie, it should be funny.
Yeah. I don't even remember him in... Okay, Horton Hears a Who. That was pretty funny, but that, again, a kid's movie. Those hardly count. Fun with Dick and Jane, I never saw.
It was okay. The original, I think, is better.
Yeah. Bruce Almighty was really, the last real good one he made. Before that, Me, Myself, and Irene, which was funny.
Farrelly Brothers.
Yep. Liar, Cable Guy, which I liked Cable Guy. A lot of people didn't like it. I was thinking
about Cable Guy today. I liked that movie.
And I actually liked him as the Riddler in Batman Forever. I thought that was the best thing about that movie, believe it or not.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And the rest of it was just total garbage.
God, it was bad.
It was
he
total
was excellent
garbage.
as the Riddler.
He was perfect for the role. He was so good
that Tommy Lee Jones got pissed off because he thought he was going to be the main bad guy.
And Tommy Lee Jones was horrible as Two-Face.
Yeah, he was.
He had nothing to do. He just sat there and just looked like Tommy Lee Jones with makeup on.
Turned his head from side to side.
Yep. And, you give a guy with, like, really bad complexion, even worse complexion on one side, it's like, and he couldn't tell which side was the Two-Face side. It was the Tommy Lee Jones with just shit on his face, basically. It was horrible. Right. Horrible Batman movie. Not as bad as Batman and Robin, but still bad.
Was that the one with Arnold and George Clooney?
Yeah. God, that was fucking awful. That movie's an abomination. It should be burned. No, it should be buried out in the desert like the E.T. video game.
There's never been any superhero smile more than George Clooney smiles in that movie. Even when Alfred's dying, he's sitting there.
Yep.
It's like, what are you smiling?
And it's like they waited. It's like the camera, he would say a line, he'd do his little head cock thing, and then he'd go. And then they'd cut. I was like, why does he have to smile at the end of that scene? Like, what was the point of that? They just want to see him smile, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, well.
Yeah. He was not... looked the part of Bruce Wayne, but he was just a horrible Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And the script didn't help. The script was just fucking awful. So.
And that's why I think, and I've read this too, but I think Christopher Reeve's the best portrayal of a superhero by portraying who played both identities very well.
Yeah, he really did.
Excellent, klutzy Clark Kent.
Yeah.
And then a very suave, debonair,
Superman.
kick-ass Superman.
Yeah.
He really was awesome at pulling off both characters.
And that's still by far, hands down, the best Superman movie out there.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
the first Superman movie is classic.
And the second
It's
one's not bad.
ageless. Yeah, the second one's fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as in depth as the
No.
first one, but the first one, I mean, you can't get better origin movie than that, really, for a superhero movie, I think.
I totally agree.
And that's just one of my all-time faves. And the first time I showed my daughter, she started watching it, my 15-year-old daughter. And
Had she seen Man of Steel at this point?
No, she'd never seen Man of Steel. I was kind of getting her into the superhero movies at that point, and she's like, "Oh, this is an old movie. It's gonna be so boring." And she just was like there the whole time. She loved Gene Hackman, and he brought the funny. And Mr. Luthor, what's his name?
Ned Beatty.
Ned Beatty was great.
Poor Ned Beatty.
Yeah. He didn't get raped in this one.
Maybe. He doesn't get raped in every movie? I thought
No,
that was
no.
a shtick.
That's in his contract. Yeah, they
I have to
cut,
get
they
raped.
cut the scene out, and they film them all, but then they cut him out.
Put him out.
And so when he
Will it work in this movie? No, it won't work.
We'll just cut it off. We'll put a demo reel at the end. This is all the. What, you want to be in our movie? Well, here's my demo reel. It's just rape after rape after rape after rape. That's horrible.
How many different ways can you squeal like a pig? Jeez.
Like squealing in different languages and
Oh,
shit.
God. We told you this would be a blue episode.
We went to the rape place.
But it's male rape, and that's okay.
Okay. Prison jokes now. Jeez.
I love that. Oh, we haven't done a Friends reference in a while.
Mm-mm.
The scene where Chandler went to Joey's
No,
tailor.
I have to relight. Oh, yeah.
And he's like, tell him that's how they measure pants, Ross. And he goes, that is how they measure pants.
In prison.
There was definite cupping. Funny. Oh, man. So, we have shout-outs.
Oh, we do. Okay.
Well, a few more than last week. So thank you, but we should have a lot more than this, folks.
We have,
Okay, here we go. We got Jay Eisen, who had the funny line.
is this Twitter?
This is Twitter.
Okay.
Jay Eisen, he tweeted the show and he tweeted me. He didn't include you on it, but we had asked if people noticed you without your beard.
Mm-hmm.
And he said something along the lines of, yes, I noticed. I thought Cheech Marin was hosting the show for a while.
I get that.
That was funny.
Yeah. My dad gets that a lot, too.
Does he?
Yep.
The Jana,
Mm-hmm.
who I think is friends with Scott Cognac.
Mm-hmm.
And so Scott Cognac gets a shout-out.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Nash Powell. Paul Jang. I think his Twitter handle's The Jang.
All right.
Yeah. Audra Hopkins, who I went to high school with. Modest. That's
Yep.
the name.
I've got one, too, from that one.
Joseph Jobs. And Leaf Only.
All right. From Twitter, I've got Woodford Reserve is following me.
Oh, nice.
Which is nice. Scott White, who is an actor, voice actor,
Cool.
musician, who was in Mighty Ducks 2 and 3, which is cool. Jeff Canoff, who is the manager of Copperworks District. I don't know what that. Oh, Whiskey for the Living Food Drive. Okay, he does like whiskey and stuff. That's cool. Shaw, AJ the Shaw.
Nice.
I don't know who that is, but he told me to follow him on Instagram too, so I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Jay Eisen.
Oh, that's the guy that made the comment to you.
Oh, okay.
Cheech
So
Marin
he's following me now, yeah. Copperworks Distillery. Aries 300. Dominique is funny, so I followed her, and she is funny.
Is she funny?
And Jeff Nash Powell.
Yeah. Well,
Model Jameson, the best Jameson, and she's hot.
Is
So,
she? Cool.
Yeah. Paul Jang, Rowan Foster. Instagram News is following me because I jumped on Instagram. Mackenzie is love, and she's cute. CigarsNow.com. Grimerica and Desert Smoke Reviews finally following us.
Yeah.
That's it for the Twitter for me.
Okay. And YouTube, Kirk from Poolside Cigar Reviews finally resurfaced.
Mm-hmm.
No pun intended with the pool and surfacing.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Desert Cigar Reviews.
Anonymous Asian.
Anonymous Asian. It took me a minute to figure that out.
Yeah, he had a lot of ones in there and stuff, and he had a funny
He
comment.
said that he likes it when we branch off into different topics, which makes me happy because I like it when we branch off to different
He'll like this
topics
episode because we're all over the fucking place.
Jeff Hirschauer, and then Jiraj Sable, who also said the same thing. He likes it, and he was a bigger fan of the show now because of our dislike for hockey. So that's nice. And, of course, the great Eddie Stogie fan. And then I've got one on Facebook, Rochelle Sims.
And I've got one Facebook, Yachty, from
Yachty.
90 Miles.
Yeah, we've been Facebook friends since the night she was in here. So
Yeah.
She's now knowing.
And we're getting some samples from them, some unreleased Lanceros that we're going to try, and we're going to have her on the show in a couple weeks, so that's going to be fun.
That'll be fun.
Yep.
She's a hoot.
Yeah, she is.
She's fun to talk to.
She's a cutie too.
Yeah, she's very cute.
Mhm.
And we've got that Blind Man's Puff thing eventually
Mhm.
coming out.
We'll get there, but we missed on that a couple weeks ago because
Yeah.
Google crapped out on Time Warner. Yeah, so we'll fix that. So we got a new Blind Man's Puff episode coming. Everybody likes those. When you get to the mystery cigar, we don't know what it is, and then we're like, no, or yay.
Yeah.
They just did a Gurkha, and
I saw
it got
that.
like a 92 or something.
I saw
So
that. Yeah.
that was kind of like interesting.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it makes you think because a lot of people just like automatically diss Gurkha, but they have some good cigars. You gotta get the right ones.
As we've said, every company's got at least one good one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you've got more than 5 cigars, you've got one of them's got to be good, or you wouldn't have kept making cigars after that.
True story.
But there's a couple of Gurkhas I like.
Yeah.
The G5's a solid stick. You know, it's not great. I mean, would I buy one? No, but if you gave me one, I'd be
Yeah,
cool.
I liked the was it Empire Reserve? I think was one of the ones I liked when I first started smoking cigars again.
The Assassin, we had a customer buy the Assassin by the box.
I like the Ninja Knife, which is a small one. It actually ages really well. I've got some of those that I found at the bottom of my humidor, and they're great little smokes. So they do make some good smokes. You just got to find the right
Gurkha
ones.
Rep was in here yesterday or Tuesday. He had never been in this store.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he say? He's like, I like all the artwork.
I don't know. I wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
Nate was here.
Yeah.
Nate was like, who was that rep? Man, goes, oh, the guy from Gurkha. I'm like, the guy from Gurkha was here? Wow. They've never come in here.
All right.
Because we don't buy from him.
Yeah. Maybe he's trying to get some sales. He got some new good stuff. Who knows? I don't know.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Mine has gone out too. Mine
is.
is
Do a talk show and smoke cigars at the same time.
true story. But this one, even on the relight, is still really good. As long as you purge, it's tasty.
Are we ready to talk about our new project, or are we going to wait?
New project? What's that?
You know what we're talking about.
What are we talking about?
Oh,
Which one? What are we talking about? Which one?
Green screen and all that
Oh,
stuff.
the man. Okay, yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah, because we're going to start doing this very soon.
Yes, we are. We if you haven't noticed, we have a new Twitter name, and we actually have a new page on YouTube as well. Neither of them have really been delved into yet, but be on the lookout for Manitude. It's going to be our new show that is not cigar-centric. It will have mention of cigars, but we're mostly going to cover things that men like to do, news stories that we think are cool, people that we think are cool, websites you should visit, all that stuff.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be your place to go for everything man.
With attitude.
Yes.
Hence the name
Manitude. So
Yes.
check out Manitude coming soon.
We will cross promote, so you'll know exactly when it's up and running. Now this one will be YouTube and iTunes.
It'll probably be
specific.
YouTube only. It'll probably be YouTube only because
Probably YouTube only. That's right.
yeah, because
It
we
will
don't
be
have
YouTube.
we
That's
don't have 2 accounts to go to
Okay,
iTunes.
it'll be YouTube.
So it'll be video, but we are going to have green screen and stuff in the background and all kinds of crazy shit. So it'll be fun. We're hoping to do some actual skits and stuff too, and go out and maybe shoot some guns and stuff and do some cool stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it'll be fun.
Try an ice skate. Not me because of my ankle, but I'm gonna make him ice skate.
Not
It's
me
gonna be
because of my
hilarious. Yeah, we'll just
My knee and my ankle.
we're not gonna ice skate. We'll do stuff that maybe bowling. We'll do a bowling segment.
Yes, bowling. I haven't been bowling in a long time.
That'll be fun.
I
We
like
gotta,
bowling.
yeah, so we'll do stuff like that. We'll
Maybe
good
go to the
good
driving
things.
range
Yeah,
and laugh at Brandon as he
talk about
slices
talk knives and stuff and guns and all that cool stuff that guys like. So
Nice.
that's coming soon.
rock and roll.
Hell's yeah, baby. No mention of Barry Manilow, Neil Diamond. I'm just kidding.
Jackie Chan.
No, we'll be mentioning
Jackie
Chan.
Chan's gay.
Jackie Chan is not gay.
American Jackie Chan is gay.
Yeah, whatever. Jet Li's badass.
Tuxedo.
Jet Li's
Tuxedo.
awesome. Tuxedo rocked.
Yeah, because of Jennifer Love Hewitt, not because of him.
Exactly. Had Boobs McGee in it, just jumping around everywhere. It was greatness.
That was the movie where I swore him off. I stopped at the middle of the movie and said, Jennifer Love Hewitt can't even save this movie. I'll never watch another Jackie Chan movie. And I liked him up until then. It was just like, okay, I'm tired.
Yeah, he's
Could he kick my ass? Yes.
Yeah, but maybe not anymore. He's 50-something. He probably still could. I don't know.
He could.
He's one of those guys, though. It's going to be working forever, though, because he produces and directs and does all that stuff. So, but he's over there mostly now because the Americans don't like Asian people, apparently. No, at least Hollywood.
Well, Pearl Harbor. Had
Yeah, maybe.
You think we hold any grudge on that?
Wow. Ass.
But that's the kind of manitude you will get.
It is the
on
kind of
Manitude.
manitude. It's going to be raw and
In your face.
yeah, it's going to be pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for Manitude.
Manitude.
Coming to a YouTube near you.
And I will not go, Manitude, because that is not Manitude attitude right there. That is not. And if Nate does it, he will not be allowed on the show. It's got to be Manitude.
Manitude. Yep.
You can Vincent Price laugh, though.
Okay.
And we're both good at that.
Yep. I used to do that all the time.
I did too. I had
God.
this girl that worked for me, and we worked in this clubhouse, and it was huge.
Mhm.
And it had these halls that echoed like
Yeah.
nobody's business. And I'd wait till she and I were the two that closed the place down. So it'd just be the two of us, and I'd go in the back to turn off the lights and stuff, and I'd just start, and it echoed so loud, I'd hear her drop shit. I'd wait till she was in the kitchen washing the coffee cups, and I'd do it, and smash! Damn it!
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Playing with echoes is fun. What other good things are good things to say when there's echo? Darth Vader voice is pretty good.
Tarzan yell.
Tarzan yell is a great one.
Tarzan
Yeah.
yell's a great one.
Yeah, that's a great one. I don't know if I could do that anymore.
It'd be real low. Oh!
Yeah, you gotta do that. It's like a fucking.
I know.
It's up there in the
It's way
octaves,
up there,
man.
Yeah, do a Barry White version of the Tarzan yell.
It just sounds like a dude coming or something.
How would you know? Oh, well, I guess you have been a dude. You have been at one
At least
point.
twice. I got kids.
Manitude.
Manitude.
There's a little preview of Manitude. It'll be
a little more focused
It'll be
than
better
that.
than that.
We'll actually have thoughts, and we'll continue the thoughts. And
Well, let's not promise too much thought. That would require us to think. We're not strong at that.
oh, jeez.
But no, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. All right, so that rounds out today's episode. As always, find us.
Excellent
Yes,
cigar.
it is a very good cigar. I would like 25 of them, and hold them and love on them, and
I'll
smoke
give you
them all.
$5.10 a piece. That way you make
We'll talk about it. We'll
$1
talk.
a piece.
We'll talk. All right, so as always, check us out at iTunes, Spreaker, Stitchers,
iHeartRadio, Automatic Podcast Land, YouTube,
Yes.
Twitter, Facebook.
Little Cinderella boys come out of nowhere. I don't know. Yeah, that's about
That's
it.
about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Like, comment, favorite, follow, any of those things. Subscribe. Please subscribe on iTunes.
Yes,
And give us a review on iTunes,
that'd be great.
and we will give you a shout out.
So as always, been great smoking with you.
See you later, Brandon.
See you later, Randy.